Okay, so this is the first video of the new series I'm doing for SAT and ACT prep. How I want you guys to work this is I will link these problems below. I want you to work them out on your own and then watch the video to see which answers you got correct, which ones you might have questions on, and watch me work it out with you. A lot of times these SAT, ACT prep things, they just want you to plug in different numbers and, plug and chug and try all the answers. I don't actually like that because for me, that wastes a lot of precious time. Just plugging in different numbers and seeing which answer actually works out. So the way I do it is I teach you how to find the answer right away. That way you're saving precious time, getting the answer correct the first time, and then you can just move on to the next question. You can also change the speed setting on how you're actually watching this video back. So if you got most of these correct and you're just waiting for a couple of the other ones, you can skip around or just watch it in a faster speed, and then that way you can get to the answer quicker. So thanks so much. Oh, and if you have any comments, please let me know. Write them down below. And of course, subscribe if you can. All right, let's get started. So William has X amount of tennis balls. So first thing I'm going to do is William equals X. Barry has 5 more than 2 times the number of tennis balls that William has. So Barry, because he has 5 more, so it's going to be plus 5 at the end, then 2 times the number, so 2x. So write an expression of how many tennis balls Barry has. Well, there you go. Done. Right? Write an equation for C is, now is equates to the equal sign in math. The result when 12 is subtracted from 2D. So C equals, and we're going to have to put 2D first because then we can subtract the 12. So 12 is being subtracted from 2D. Okay. So now Callie can make 2C plus 5 cups of coffee every hour. Okay, so yeah, you can write this. 1 hour is 2C plus 5. If she makes the same, or if she made the same number of cups of coffee every hour for her 8-hour shift, how many total cups did she make? So we'll just take 8 times 2C plus 5. Okay, distribute that 8, so we get 16C plus 40. All right. Okay, I'll let you guys read this one on your own. You can do this one of 2 ways. Yes, you can just pick a random t, plug it in, but I actually want to show you how to do this with the variables as they are. So according to the formula, what is the ratio of the velocity of the object t seconds after the object begins to accelerate to the velocity of the object 2.5 t seconds after the object begins to accelerate? And recall, ratio is a fancy way of saying, A divided by B. Okay, so first it's the numerator is t seconds, and we already have that. So that's 1/2 kt squared. Okay, and then 2.5 t seconds. So 1/2 k 2.5 t squared. All right, so we get the 1/2s cancel, the k's cancel. So then we're left with t squared. Okay, 2.5 times 2.5. So 2.5, 2.5, 12, 10, 4, 5, yep. 1, 2. So 6.25 t squared. Okay, now the t squares cancel. So we're left with 1 over 6.25. Okay, and now for ratio, we can't have this in the denominator. So what we're going to do is multiply In order to get rid of this, we have to multiply top and bottom by 4. Okay, so that gives us 4. And now we do 6.25 times 4. So we get 2, 0, 8, 9, 10, 24, 25. So it's 4 over 25. So that's the ratio. Okay, so Dana is 4 years younger than Sam will be in 3 years. So Dana is 4 years younger, so minus 4, than Sam. Well, let's just call Sam S. Sam will be in 3 years, so that's Sam plus 3. Okay, so D equals S, 3 minus 4, negative 1. Okay, now if Dana is X years old now, okay, how old was Sam 2 years ago? So let's take this equation and solve for Sam first off. Okay, so we add the 1, X plus 1 equals Sam. Now, okay, that's Sam age right now. But how old was he 2 years ago? So we're going to have to take off 2. So that would be X minus 1. And there's our equation. Okay, an amusement park charges $2 per ride for the first 5 rides, and then 4 minus X per ride after that. So what is the cost in dollars if you ride 8 rides? Okay, well, the first 5 rides are $2, so we get 2 times the first 5 rides, plus 4 minus X. Now, how many rides do we have left? So 8 minus 5 equals 3. So we'll multiply that times 3. So we get 10 plus 3 times 4, 12, minus 3x, combine like terms, 22 minus 3x. Okay, so for this one, if BC is between 0 and 1 and B is negative, okay, which of the following must be less than negative 1? Well, if B is negative, in order for this to produce a positive result, because it's going to be between 0 and 1, so it means it's going to be positive. If B is negative, C is negative as well. Okay, because remember, a negative times a negative still gives us a positive. So that overall will be positive. Okay, so if we, knowing this, B and C are negative, which of these is going to be less than negative 1? Okay, this is the biggest part. It has to be less than negative 1. Okay, even though B is negative, we do not have enough information to know that it's going to be less than negative 1. For all we know, B could be negative 1/2, 0.5. Okay, so we know that that's not going to be an answer. Okay, and again, 2 times C, even though C is negative, we don't know that C is a whole number or a fraction. So 2 times that, we still don't know if that's going to be negative 1 or less than negative 1. Okay, so let's try B minus C. So let's say we know that B is negative minus the negative C. Well, 2 negatives make a positive. If C is bigger than B, that's going to give us a positive result. So nope. And negative B plus a negative C, well, that definitely gives us a bigger negative number. And even though we don't know if this is a teeny tiny fraction, this is a teeny tiny fraction, our best bet is that it is going to be less than negative 1. Okay? All right. If x and y are positive integers and the square root of x equals y plus 5, what is the value of y squared? Okay, so first we need to solve for y here. So we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So we get square root x minus 5 equals y. And it wants y squared, so we're just going to square both sides. So we get square root of x squared. Oh, yeah, let me write that over here. So x minus 5, square root x minus 5. So FOIL first, square root x squared, outer, minus 5 square root x. Sorry about the airplane noises. Inner, minus 5 square root x, and last, positive 25. Okay, root x squared, that cancels itself out, so we get x, excuse me, minus 5 minus 5, minus 10x squared, or root x, and then plus 25. That's it. Okay, if t-shirts sell for $T for 5 shirts, and hats sell for $H for 3 hats, what is the cost of 3 shirts and 2 hats? Well, first we need to figure out how we get the price for just 1 shirt and 1 hat, okay? So we take T and divide it by 5, because that'll give us 1 shirt. And then H divided by 3, because that gives us 1 hat. So now we're going to take these and multiply them by how many we actually want. So times 3 times 2, and then we add them together, right? So we get 3t over 5 plus 2h over 3. Okay, and now they want us to combine the 2 fractions. So first we need to find out what our least common denominator is. So we take our highest number and write out the multiples of 5. So we have 5, 10, 15, until we get to one that's divisible by 3. There we go. So we're going to times this side by 3 over 3, times this side by 5 over 5. So we get 9t over 15 plus 10h over 15. And then we get 9t plus 10h over 15. All right, so for this last one, we're going to go back to geometry a little bit. If the side of a square is s plus 4, what is the length of the diagonal? Okay, so we know from geometry we have 90-degree angles, and the sides are all equal. Okay, and our diagonal crosses like that. So from this, remember, we get the 45, 45, 90 triangle. And the formula for that is s times square root 2. Okay, so in this aspect, if our s is actually going to be s plus 4, over here will be s plus 4 times square root 2, just like it is here. Okay, so now all you have to do is distribute that root 2. So we get s root 2 plus 4 root 2.